is there something amazing that you've seen as a commonality amongst some of the amazing people you've interviewed? And then number two, because I'm also a major Tony Robbins fan, and he's had a major influence in my life, is there something about Tony that maybe sticks out to you because he's the best of the best at what he does? You've done stuff with him that sticks out to you. Like, are there things of people that really make you aspire? Not just motivate you, but aspire.
I'll do the Tony part first. I mean, I think Tony has achieved what I see in a lot of people as well, which is, I think Tony does what Tony was supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, this goes back to why I'm obsessed with self-awareness. And obviously there's examples of like Tony and Kobe and all other people. But then my mom is that person. My mom was meant to be a mother. And like, no bullshit. There's no one who's done it better. It may not get the headlines. It may not get the public awards. Many people may not know it. Obviously, I've been a loud advocate for her, and so many more people know it. But, you know, I love seeing people when they're doing what they're supposed to do, and that's what stands out for Tony. As far as, I have a very, very distinct answer for you, brother. The people that you're referring to in question one have all gotten to their place in the world based on one of two extremes: deep, deep, deep insecurity, or deep, deep, deep self-esteem and gratitude. It's a wild ass thing for me at 48 to see how clear this is. The people that achieve outsized results that then allow the masses to look at them. It's fucking Star Wars, Doc. It's literally Jedis and Sith Lords. It's like the good and the bad at extreme levels. But just like Star Wars, like, it's not sustainable when you're on the dark side. It's why so many famous and successful and wealthy people have such dramatic burnouts, deaths, suicides, like these supernovas. Like, think about my friends, think about all the most famous artists and comedians that pass away at such young ages. It was the dark side that got them there. This is why I talk about, we can't put money on a pedestal. Too many people get to money through jealousy, envy, and negativity. Yeah, Doc, I'll tell you the thing that completely binds everybody that I've ever interviewed or anybody I've ever seen up close, and I've seen a lot of them, of wealth and fame. It's either light or dark, and fucking bad news, most of it's dark. I think it's why I'm so compelled to communicate about the things that I'm talking about. It takes more time, and it's more challenging to that's not true. Let me say it differently. It's just unfortunate that it takes super fuel to get you to the top. That's not unfortunate, it makes sense. It's just unfortunate that most people's super fuel is coming from a place of resentment or a chip on a shoulder. I'll show you, mom, dad, like girlfriend, boyfriend, husband. Like, it's unfortunate. Like, it's funny, I made this analogy to a friend a couple years ago. I haven't thought about this since, and this is the only time I've ever said it publicly. Something happened to me where I understood my fuel was weird and different than all the other people in my 20s and 30s. And I compared it to like going to the gas station where there was like the weird like diesel fuel pump and everybody else had the normal shit. And I was like, I'm the diesel fuel. Like, I feel like I'm getting here on a different energy length. And I'd want more people to get to the top through gratitude and kindness and empathy and compassion and civility and patience. And that's why VeeFriends exists, because I know I can't scale it by myself. I talk to a lot of nonprofits. It's something that I am passionate about. I sit on multiple boards, but I take a lot of meetings and do a lot of spec work and consulting. And the issue with people that are doing good is, this is a very, 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 very distinct sentence that I'm about to say. Because they're doing something remarkable, they're audacious in their expectation of others, and they lack empathy that people have different things that they want to support. And just because you're doing something good doesn't mean that you're supposed to give their attention and or money to someone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I see it a lot. Like, it really fucks with good people like yourself. It's like, they don't realize they're judging people without knowing people. There are multiple people here on this. Like, when I hear what you're saying, it like strikes me right down the center. You're like, wonderful. It's amazing. Yet,
It's pretty cool, right?
it's very cool.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, my parents are driving my brother home right now from a colonoscopy because AJ has Crohn's disease, and my parents are still driving him, I'm what, 40, at 37 years old to his colonoscopies because it's incredibly emotional to them, and they want to take their energy, time, and money and support that, right? And then everyone here has all sorts of shit going on, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, there's just so much. And so, you know, I think the first thing you have to do is first make sure that you know that you have to battle for attention and awareness just like everyone else. And every celebrity and every entity that you go to, they get asked 4,000 times. I was asked to give money in donation 1,700 times in the month of November. In direct email, not even DMs.
Yeah, that's huge.
But just think about what that means, right? Like I'm just trying to put it into perspective of the asks, and I'm not the most famous guy. So just the
Hell yeah, you are.
So what I'm saying is, you know, couple things. You need to build a communications infrastructure, you know, and you need to figure, like, the reason I love TikTok is you make one video with one feel-good story and it gets 39 million views. The Good Morning America can't do that for you. Oprah tweeting can't do that for you. Like, people don't understand, it's a social media strategy world. Social media content gets free distribution. Do you know how insane that is? The first 15 years of social media, these companies that I invested in, Facebook and Twitter and all that, that was more like email. You would have to amass followers for a long period of time, then you would post and a percentage of them would see it. The social media we live in now with these AI algorithms is you make one good piece of content and your life changes. So you have to become remarkable at making content. You know what's so funny? Show me the clip where I've said define your niche.
Gary, I don't know. I'm sure it's there. Ask Corso.
No, be careful. There's a Garyvee search engine. Go type in define your niche, go find it. Go show me.
Okay.
There's a lot of crazy hardcore Garyvee fans here. I have a very funny feeling that a lot of you are gonna back me up on this. I am not a big define your niche. I'm a you are your niche guy. Like I'm done.
We've had this talk, so all of you people shaking your head.
I mean,
Anthony, don't y'all do that to me because we've had this talk. Okay, so that's good because that is kind of my niche, and I love to help the people that are, you know.
I actually don't even understand what you're saying. Meaning, it sounds like you're happy and you're building. Why would, right. What do you struggle?
I don't want to focus solely on bookkeeping. I don't want to solely focus on business management or like branding or like social media. I just want it to be broad for the...
You want to do small business consulting and you will come and, by the way, let me give you a business model. I will come and audit your business to tell you what you should do with me. So you're gonna pay me $5,000 just for my time to understand everything, and then I'll tell you pricing on all these other things I feel I can help you with.
Exactly, that is perfect. Yes, because I love the full range of services, and I've already scaled as far as the things that are taking me, you know, too much time that of course I can do because I want to be able to do everything in the business, not just, I don't want to do something that I can't do myself.
I get it.
So I've hired people for different things like that. So I just want to make sure that I'm on the right page there. And then the only other thing, as far as scaling and then using people out of the country, my good friend Robert that is on here has hooked me up with some different people that I can use. Do I just hide the fact that I'm using someone out of the country? Because a lot of people are not comfortable with that.
Yeah, I mean,
and I personally am vetting the person for a few months before.
Honestly, I genuinely think that that's a personal decision, right? Like, you know, at the end of the day, if anyone asks you directly if you're using subcontractors, you have to answer honestly. As far as do you need to lead with that? I'm not necessarily sure you have to. I think there's a very strong argument that I've heard from both sides of the equation on this, and I think you're allowed to decide what works for you, Monica. I don't think there's a right or wrong to that. You know, Robert says I would say no. You know, like you don't have to do that, Monica. Other people, I've talked to feel very passionate that you should. I'm agnostic on this one. I think this is more of, when it starts blurring into like, does one think this is a moral issue or not? That's where it gets a little complicated. And so I think I'm incredibly comfortable with you deciding what's right for you, and there is no right answer on that.